doing today, Joe?
Oh, I'm doing really good. Can't complain. Very blessed. Very blessed.
Joe, can you start off by talking about what it means for y'all to still have a chance at the NFC East despite not being able to hit 500?
I think it's a great opportunity. Just getting our season back to where we back on track to where we want it to be, and going into the last game, having it mean something. I think that's what we all line up in the NFL for. Making sure that we're playing for something, and playing for the names on the back of our jersey and for the man next to us.
Did you think that was going to be possible, Joe? Did you think that was going to be possible when you're sitting there at 3-9 not too long ago?
Well, you never count yourself out. This is one of the competitive leagues, in pro sports, and anytime you got things not going your way, it's easy to put your head down and kind of say, oh, we'll wait till next year. But I'm so proud of the guys on this team, the way they work, the way they fight. It means something to them. So I'm just really glad that we are playing for something this weekend.
Joe, you were a leader on this team even before some of the injuries. But have you had to change your leadership style at all, or take on even more with so many guys on the line going down?
No, these guys have done a great job at playing NFL football. It's tough to come in the NFL and play as a rookie, or first year, second year guys. It's tough to come in and play, and just to see them transitioning and learning how to play the game the right way, and we're all going out there with the same mindset. We're gonna fight our tails off till there's 4 zeros on the fourth quarter, and that's all we can ask for. So I'm just really proud of the way we're playing.
It looked like you might need to play left guard there briefly on Sunday when Connor went to the locker room. He ended up coming back, and so you didn't need to do that. But then you play one snap at right guard there. Mm-hmm. What's it like just being ready at three positions, essentially? How is that from a preparation standpoint?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where wherever the team needs me, the most, or where coach feels that we're going to get the best production, I got to be ready to play it. In my career, I've always I've been mostly a backup in my career, and I've always planned like I was going to be a starter for center and guards. So I just take that same approach, and wherever the team needs me, I'm going to try to do my best at that position.
Joe, Mike McCarthy talked about the goal of achieving a double-double of a touchdown before and after the half. You mentioned there might be burgers at the bar today. Were there? And if so, what can you tell us about them?
Oh, yeah. The burgers, the grill made them downstairs for us. They were nice and juicy, cheese running all over the place. I mean, just a nice, juicy burger to have after practice. It's one of those meals you eat that just picks you up because it's so good.
Or puts you to sleep?
Oh, yeah, there was definitely some coffee drinking going on in the meetings this afternoon, but burgers and fries, totally worth it.
Was it from Whataburger, or was it just generic burger?
Oh, we had it here at our training table, and our training table does an amazing job at making burgers. And I'm telling you, the cheese was just running down, lettuce, tomato, ketchup, and mustard for myself, and crushed it all.
Did you go double-double on that?
No, I didn't. I try to watch my figure sometimes. This one ab can get out of control sometimes.
Sorry to break up the double-double talk there, Joe, but I was wondering if you can discuss what the impact Joe Philbin has had on your group, and the changes that he had made coming in, and obviously all the changes you guys have had up front in the personnel. What impact has he had on the group?
Yeah, Coach Philbin, he brings just an IQ to the game that's just off the charts. His football IQ is amazing, and just taking us under his wing and getting us to see the whole defense, and not just playing a phone booth. I think he's been a great asset for us in that fact of the game. Making sure that we come up to the line and see everything that's going on around us.
Joe, it's been a rough year for Zeke. his numbers haven't been great. He had the fumble issues. He's been dealing with the calf. What have you seen from him in terms of him kind of plugging through that and being sort of a positive influence for the whole group all the way through this?
Yeah, Zeke's a competitor, and you know what you're going to get with him, every Sunday you line up. I said this to somebody on Sunday, if I was playing in a football game, I'd want to put on a helmet and have Ezekiel Elliott back there as my running back. And, this league is tough. There's no guarantees in it, and you're going to have your ups and downs. And I think just it shows what kind of character he is, what kind of character he has, when he was, going through the down phase earlier in the season, and always staying positive, just that upbeat, character he is. It just shows what kind of man he is.
Joe, Mike talked about how valuable the depth built on the offensive line this year can be to next year. You've been in this league a long time. How do you assess at what point, or I guess just how do you assess when that depth is being built and where you see that improvement?
I think it's important that, one thing about football, the only way to get better at football is by playing football. It's going out there on Sunday and playing against the best guys. And, for us and, the younger guys to be out there getting these reps, to be in these games where you're fighting to win, I think that's huge because you have that feeling going in of what it's like to, claw and scratch your way back into a game and ultimately win a game, and you know the feeling of losing a game too, which is I think is really important because you don't want to ever have that taste of losing, and what winning it feels like too. So I think it's important for all of us.
How have you seen getting that experience change, or just what impact do you think it's had on Connor McGovern next to you?
I'd go off from how it helped me and what I see, and just it slows the game down a lot. It slows the game down a lot when you're out there and you know what's going on. You kind of take a deep breath and you remind yourself like, hey, I'm doing what I've been doing my whole life. I'm playing a kid's game. I got to go out here, have fun, and everything's not going to be perfect when you line up on Sunday. Nobody's ever gone out there and just absolutely dominated. You really don't see that all the time in the NFL. So, to understand like, hey, if I have a bad rep, move on. I have a good rep, handle success and keep moving.
There'll be a few hours from the time that your guys' game ends, I believe, and when the Washington game begins. Obviously, you're focused on doing your part, but presuming you guys get the win as you desire, do you plan on watching that game that will determine your guys' playoff fate? And if so, how do you envision kind of going about watching it?
Well, I think, like you said, number one, we got to take care of our job first on Sunday, and go up there and get this win. And I think one of the things that's important for me is you got to enjoy your wins in the NFL because we all know how hard it is to win. So we win that game. I think the first thing I'm thinking about getting in that locker room, celebrating with my guys, man. High five and getting on the plane. Enjoying the plane ride home, and we'll see where those chips fall when we land.
What's that?
So when you're watching the film, where do you see the Giants' defense evolutions from when y'all played them in Week 5 till now?
Man, they're looking really good. I mean, you just watch them in their intensity, the way they're running to the football, the way they're getting guys around the ball. We got to come out and match that. We got to come out and match their intensity and be ready to be around our guys when we're at the end of plays.
Joe, in the NFL and the way this thing goes, right? It's you're in a routine for months and from an off-season program through a season, and all of a sudden, if you make the playoffs, or even if you don't, it just ends right like that. What's that abruptness like, where you guys are so used to knowing what you're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of every week to not having a practice, not having a game, and how does that drive you to want to make sure you guys have a Week 18 at least going forward for after this week?
Right. So, one of the things, you never want to end the season early. I don't think any of us come in thinking, that we're going to be going home early. but you just kind of you understand the NFL, the way it works. If we do go on and play in the playoffs, you keep your routine and make sure you're taking care of your body, doing the things that you need to do to get ready for a playoff game. And then if the season does end, you gotta definitely take some time off to be around your family, let your body heal up, and then you start making sure you fill your day with stuff that you like to do and things that you like to do during the off season. And I think you enjoy it, and then you make sure you get back to work when you need to.
Hey, Joe, I apologize if you've been asked about Coach Philbin already. I just wanted to get your thoughts because we haven't been around him, but just your impressions of playing for him this year and just kind of what his message has been with you guys. There's so many different line combinations, just how he's approached that with you guys.
Yeah, so he's been great. You just want to talk about just not blinking an eye. He's whoever's been in there, whoever's he's been coaching, whether it's been Zach, Connor McGovern, Tyron Smith, whoever it is, he's coaching them the exact same way. And I think a lot of things too is one thing, Coach Philbin cares, man. He cares about us, off the field. He asks us how our families are doing, and making sure that we're becoming better men too, while we're playing this game.
Joe, there's obviously been a lot of talk about Kellen and Boise State's interest in him. What have you seen from him as a coach, and how would you describe what he could do as a head coach?
Well, I mean, we all know, Kellen has that enthusiasm for football. He's played in the NFL. He's got a great record, track record with ball. But he brings that funness to the game that you want to see in a coach. And no matter what happens, I'm fortunate enough to say that I played with him and that he was my coach.
Has he addressed it at all with you guys, just to kind of get ahead of it and be transparent with, or transparent's not the right word, but just be, has he discussed it at all with you guys?
No, I don't. We don't really bring that kind of stuff up. We see things that pop up on news feeds and whatnot, but we know we have a job to do, and whatever happens at the end of the season, we can't control that, and whatever happens, I want to make sure that we go out on a high note.
Anything else for Joe?
How did he change, if at all, when you went from being teammates with him to him being a coach?
He really didn't. He still has that smile. Every time you see him, he has that smile on his face, and he's doing the game a little differently. He's not putting a helmet on. He's putting a headset on, and I think he really enjoys it. He loves what he does, and when you love what you do, it's not like he's coming into work every day. He's just coming, being around the guys, and playing ball in a different way.
Joe, when you look at this season, and obviously we'll see Sunday how it goes, but regardless of this weekend, what are you most proud of what you've seen this year?
Well, I'm proud of the way our team fought back. Just the way these guys showed up to work every day and the way they approached it, it was amazing to watch. If you're a player in the locker room, you see things people don't see, and the time commitment, the effort that these guys, have put into this season, it's nothing short of a miracle. Maybe we're not where our record wants to be, but to see these guys put in the effort and the hard work that it takes, it's truly unbelievable. So I'm really happy to see our team do that.